Happy Wednesday, everybody. Thank you for joining Balance Break. My name is Abby. If we've not met, I'm the health fitness professional here at the Houston site. And yeah, I teach Balance Break every Wednesday. We have some exciting things going on in May, so I'm going to run through those. Like I said in the chat, you're not really going to need any equipment. Always, you're welcome to have a chair or a wall or just something solid to grab onto. This is the balance class, and I wobble sometimes and need to grab something for balance. So um, you're welcome to have one. Anyway, I'm gonna get on with it. We have our our mobility matters webinar that actually starts today. It originally was starting Friday, but Friday is a wellness Friday, so we went ahead and pushed it to today. So if you've not signed up for that, or if you did not know that, it is going to be 1:30 Central Time. So hop on that. I'm very, very excited. And then we have our Blink, Breathe, and Balance Ergonomics Fit Chat that will be on May 13th. So that is next week, I believe. And also going to be very interesting. It's talking about eye care in the office when we sit at screens all day, so very good information. And then next and last but not least, our cooking demo, which will be the third Wednesday, May 20th, third Wednesday of the month. My favorite Wednesday. All right. And I'm going to stop presenting and we can go ahead and get started. Shoes on, shoes off, completely up to you. I'm going to kick mine off because that's my preference. And we're just going to get started. I'm going to have my chair right here so that I can grab onto it if I need it, but I don't think we're going to need it today. So bring your feet hip width apart. So I want those ankles to be under your hips. And we are going to make sure that we are pulling that core in tight. We're tucking the pelvis, but not dramatically. So we're not pushing that pelvis to a posterior tilt, but we're finding neutral, okay? And then I want you to inhale and exhale. We're going to practice filling that belly with air as we inhale through our nose, exhaling and wrapping our rib cage together. So you're really going to knit those ribs together, pull the sides in as you pull that belly button to spine. And that's going to keep that pelvis at neutral. We're going to do it again. Inhale, fill the belly with air. Exhale, pull the rib cage in, knit the ribs together, and pull the belly button to spine. We're going to do one more. Inhale and exhale. And the purpose of this is just to know what it feels like to activate your core and breathe properly, because breathing and posture and core strength and stability, they all move together, right? Your core is literally the core. So it surrounds that center of gravity. So if we can pull those muscles in around that center of gravity, when we start to wobble, we can control that, then we have good balance, right? So next we're going to practice some rotation while activating that core. So you're going to bring your hands out. So hands out in front of us, core is activated, and we're going to twist, all right? But we're not twisting from the hips. We're rotating the upper body. We're using that QL and that oblique to come back to center. So we're coming to the side and then front. And to the side. Only getting a rotation in that upper torso. So those hips stay nice and stable. That core is holding you in place. Go from side, front. And you should really feel a rotation in that upper core. You're feeling those sides, and then you're feeling it in those front abs that are keeping you in place. We're just going to do a couple more. Inhale, exhale, one more. All right, activated the core. Now we're going to low on the glutes. You might want a chair for this, but you might not need one. So we're going to kind of shift our weight to the left foot. So that right foot's going to kind of come up off the ground. Knee is slightly bent, core is engaged, and we're going to kick that right leg out to the side. And you're going to feel that pinch kind of in the hip. We're activating these abductor muscles, right? So that's going to be that gluteus medius and some of those quad muscles in the leg. You can kind of slightly bend the knee to get a little bit more depth in your range of motion. And then you can kind of also hinge a little bit forward, nothing major, just kicking out, just side glute activation, right? And you're also gonna feel some stabilizing in that right side is gonna be on as well. That left side, all right, we're gonna swap. So shifting our weight to the left foot, the right foot, and then we're keeping that right leg out, activating that glute. Just really letting on some activation today. Keep that core engaged. And if your core is not engaged, you're just kind of flinging that leg, and we're not using that momentum. We're using the muscles and the abductors to go. And a few more. Inhale, exhale, and feet together. All right. We're gonna bring one knee up, and then we're gonna extend that leg. So now we're working on our hip flexors, and we're just gonna alternate sides. But you also need to engage your core so that when you bring that leg up, you're not posteriorly tucking the pelvis and rounding in that spine. You really want that torso to stay neutral. So you're bringing it up, extend that leg. If your leg doesn't get totally straight, that's fine. I just want to practice activating those hip flexors and keeping that core stable. You sit a lot, which keeps those hip flexors in a lengthened position, or a stretched position. Yes, shortened position. It's trying to find the word. They get really tight. All right. A few more here. And then we're going to move from our dynamic movement to some static. So bring right leg up, and we're just going to hold here. You can have your hand on the wall or chair next to you if you need the stability, or if you need more of a challenge, go ahead and close your eyes. Or if you're like, closing my eyes is too challenging, but you still want a challenge, then rotate your neck. Left, right, and forward. And swap sides, bringing the right knee up, shifting that weight to the left leg. And really practice gripping the floor with your toes. That's the benefit of wearing no shoes, is if you have full connection to the floor, which is actually very helpful, especially when squatting, because we really want to grip the ground with those feet. A few more rotations here. All right, and then we're gonna practice a little bit of a hinging motion, okay? So we practice some static balance. We are going, this is where you might need the chair for support. We are gonna shift our weight to that right leg, and we're gonna kick back with our left leg. It doesn't have to be high. We're just kicking back, keeping that core engaged, reaching for the floor. This is the movement of a V stance deadlift, which you can keep your toes on the floor and hinge and reach down, but this is also really good for stability of the and glute activation. So if for that extra challenge, keep that leg up behind you and keep it a little simpler. Toes on the ground, but they're just propping me up. I'm not putting any weight on it. And then we're going to swap sides. So we're kicking back with the left foot, the right foot, and we're forward on that left, getting some glute activation. And it's the opposite hands that reaches the toes. Keep those hips parallel with the floor. So try not to lean, which is going to be the right to like compensate for that center of gravity being thrown off. That's going to be the tendency, but we're really going to keep that core engaged. More. And bring your feet together. Inhale, and then reach for the floor. Reach for those toes. Inhale and exhale. I'm just going to finish with a little stretch in the legs. Inhale and exhale, and roll back up to standing. Thank y'all for joining Balance Break. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you feel a little more balanced. And I'll see you for Mobility Matters in about an hour and a half. Y'all have a good day.
Thank you, Abby.
You're welcome.